going on, you guys? We got a new box. Chopper 200 here. We finally got a new box a lot earlier than expected. So, Voltage of the Meadow, and it has, yes, this card is so good. I remember this card in the TCG with Geargias and other decks that use level 4 machine type monsters in the game. This card searches them. I remember this card genuinely when it first came out. Minute box, man. We got some interesting support in here, so without further ado, let's get into the action. Alright, so we have Giga Gigant, that's his name. Levier! Dude, this is such a broken card. And we got Zen mains. Oh my goodness, dude. This box is already looking good, man. Let's get into the main mascot of the box right quick. Gear Gigant X. Alrighty. Gear Gigant X. It takes 2 level 4 machine type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Add 1 level 4 or lower machine type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. When this card leaves the field, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Geargia monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. This card is so powerful, guys. So we already know we have Geargia support in this box. This is definitely be used in Geargias. It's going to be interesting to see what other decks could use it. 2 level 4 machine type monsters. What deck can normally spam level 2 level 4 machine type monsters other than Geargias? That is the question. Really not much, unless you want to play some type of like machine level log deck. And if the recycling is actually going to be worth it, because you are searching. So it's going to be something. Maybe there might be a way with Ancient Gears. I'm thinking there's a way to Ancient Gears search for a Wyvern, search for the box to search again. I think I remember seeing something like that for Ancient Gears before. I don't remember the combo, but you know, that's another option. But maybe gear frames. I mean, not gear frames. Machinas. Machinas. Yeah, I remember playing Machinas with this card before. We might test that out later on. 2 gear frames. Well, let's go. We searching. You can search for Kiteroid. So yeah, with this you can search for Kiteroid. You can search for Karakuri Nanishi. You can search for Merchant. You can search for Core. You can search for so much stuff with this card, man. Geargias, like I said, this is going to be the main card being used in them. It's going to search for any of the Geargia cards. Any of the Geargia monsters, shall I say. When it leaves the field, banished or destroyed, guys, when it leaves the field, this is a really good, already good effect on the outset. You can target 1 level 3 or lower Geargia monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. It might have an effect when it's special summoned. So there's a combo there. On to the next card. Levier the Sea Dragon. Levier is here. Yes. Rank 3. I didn't think Konami was going to come out with this card until a lot later. Because as time goes by, this card is going to be broken. Mark my words. Levier the Sea Dragon. 2 level 3 monsters. Generic. Aqua XYZ. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 banished level 4 or lower monster. Special summon that target to your side of the field. So, you just detach, special summon a banished level 4 or lower monster from either player's banished zone, guys. It doesn't specify that it's your banished zone. It's just as long as it's banished, you can bring it back. The only thing is, you gotta figure out what decks can bring out level 3 monsters with ease. One is, the first thing that I got from this card was Madolches. This is a card that I have seen men played in Madolche. So this is one out of 3 cards that will break the Madolche deck. We still need the Madolche boss monster and another card that helps with the engine's combos. I know some of y'all can say that up in the chat after this. Yes, Levier, man. But yeah, that's probably the most prominent one. I can't really think of many else. You know, card because you need decks that like banish from the grave, can bring out level 3s with ease. Like you need to meet those requirements to really see use out of this card. Maybe you could still have it in your extra deck just to cuck your opponent's banish zone. You know, if you have space in your extra deck, might as well throw it in there. You know, if your opponent has something banished that you could use against them, bring out the Levier. It's still not a bad option. Another thing I could think of probably on top of my head is maybe Cristrons. Who knows? You know, bring back your Citrus. Bring back a Citrus. Bring back this Vern. Bring back a Rion. Bring back a Turtle. You could do all of that too. So Levier, probably not bad in Cristrons. On to the next one. Wind Up Shark. When a face up. So here's a UR. First wind up of the box. We got wind ups, people. We got wind ups. When a face up monster is so it's a fish, man. There's some card effects in this game that works with fishes. Just saying, but will it be useful for wind ups? We'll find out as the days progress. When a wind up monster is normal or special summon to your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Increase this card's level by 1 until the end phase. Reduce this card level by 1 until the end phase. So, some things I want to point out about Shark and why it's a UR. This card isn't a once per turn special summon. And you can normal summon any wind up monster, including himself. So you can summon a Shark and sparkle special summon from the hand. And then let's say you go into a card that brings out another wind up and you have another Shark in hand. Shark will special summon again. It doesn't matter. On to the next effect. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. It can become a level 5 or level 3. So level 5s and level 3s with wind up Shark is the way to go. When it comes to Shark, I mean, you go level 4s, you don't have to use this effect, but that's the only soft once per turn. Because if you get rid of Shark and you bring it back, you can use this effect again to decrease or increase. That's another thing to be wary of. So you can spam with wind up, especially with Shark in the deck. Shark helps with the spam and easy access to the XYZ, the extra deck. On to the next card. Ooh, Wanda Zenmains! Yes! I remember I was just talking about this card a few days ago, man. Wanda Zenmains, the best rank 3 card in the game so far now. This card is so good for first turn stall, good for popping for a deck that doesn't have any pops or adds pops to it. It's a little bit of a slow pop, but it comes in handy because it's like a reactionary effect. But let me explain it to y'all. If this face-up card in the field would be destroyed, you can detach one XYZ material from this card instead. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target one card in the field, destroy it. So it's on the field, any part of the field, destroy it. So not only do you have protection, two times the protection of destruction effects for a meager rank 3 monster, 2100 defense, 1500 attack. You get to also destroy if it protects itself from destruction, either by battle or by card effect. So if your opponent actually just hits this card, they better commit to freaking getting this card off the field because it's about to pop something on your opponent's field, which makes it so much better. So good. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, we got Black Ship of Corn. Level 2 level. I always keep doing this up. It takes 2 level 4 monsters on the field. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card. Send it to the grave, and if you do inflict 500 points to your, probably even with the skill that that all the Zexo characters have, I think it was overlay something. What was it? It was like, let's see if we could get to it. So I think we should be able to combo this if we go down to our overlay gain. So I'm thinking you could probably combo this with overlay gain or something like that, to where it goes up to about 2,500. So 2,500 or lower. A Dark Magician or lower. A Utopia or lower. We'll probably get rid of it, but that's probably about it. Probably good for smaller monsters and things like that. So not a bad card, or heck, even a lot better than you know, than what we have. So you could definitely add it for situational moments. Used to be 1,000 life points, which used to be so annoying. But now it's shortened down to 500 after that. But it cannot attack during activate this effect. If there was only a card that could just double this card's attack, man, it would be, you could get past Sunsaga. Because I always thought like this card could just, like, if there's a way to just double this card's attack in like an archetype deck, and like that deck would have an out to Sunsaga and things like that. But so far I have not seen anything that out Sunsaga or things like that, which I think with Sharon Newey's being played as much as it is, I think that's very important. All right, on to the next one. Diamond Direwolf, rank 4, 2 level 4 beast. It's a beast, so it takes 2 level 4 monsters, so it's generic. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target 1 beast, beast warrior, or winged beast type monster you control, and 1 other card on the field. Destroy them. Generic, we got spot removal. It's a little bit of a risky spot removal depending on the archetype you play, because you could just summon Diamond Direwolf, and just tribute itself just to pop a card in the field if necessary. Or you could play it in like a deck that uses beast, beast warrior, or winged beast type monsters like Black Wings, Lunalights, beast warriors, you know, winged beasts, like I said, Black Wings, beast warriors, Lunalights, beasts, Fabled, if you can even somehow bring that out. I can't think of a relevant beast deck, but you guys get the idea. I mean, like I said, I know I've been seeing that Fable deck run around lately, so maybe they could. Maybe they could. But yeah, very good. This was really good. This is actually a really good card, especially from the second box of the XYZ release. This is really good. Cornship is really good. Zenmains is even better. This will start getting people more into XYZ summoning, because now we have options. It's nothing's broken, but we have options for certain situations. It adds more things to certain decks that normally wouldn't get played. I can't wait to see the creativity after these cards get released. On to the next one. Heraldic Beast Leo. Got Heraldic Beast archetype in the game. For those TCG players, y'all remember Heraldics, right? Beast effect. During the end phase of this turn, this card was normal summon. Destroy this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, add 1 Heraldic Beast monster from your deck to your hand, except itself, Beast Leo. You can only use this effect in Heraldic Beast Leo once per turn. So, the main thing to capture about this card is when it's sent to the graveyard. So you can send this card to the graveyard from the deck, detach it as a material, you will get its effect, discard it. Doesn't matter how you discard it, as long as this card is sent to the graveyard, you will get its effect to search for a Heraldic Beast monster. It comes in handy once you need to fill that grave or you need certain cards in your hand. And you could do it all in one turn just to be able to get your combos going. So if you want these Heraldic Beast combos, you want 3 of these. You definitely want 3 of these cards. You want to open it. You want to just do whatever you want with this card. Speaking of this card, Diamond Direwolf. Go into Heraldic Beast Leo, pop the Beast Leo, get the search, pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. Just an example combo. On to the next one. Wind Up Magician. If the effect of a Wind Up monster is activated except Wind Up Magician, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Wind Up monster from your deck and face up defense position. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. So it's only once that you use this effect while it's face up on the field. It's not a once per turn effect. It's only used once. Windup Magician was really good in the TCG just because we had like 5 spaces. So every time you special summon, you could be able to bring out another magician, use that magician to XYZ into something else, bring out another magician, special summon like Shark, use magician's effect again, special summon. And it was like you could be able to fill your whole field in one turn, man. With this format and 3 monster card slots, I think we have to look at this differently. Windup Magician might be a little bit overhyped here. And I hate to say that right on the card's opening. It might be good. I might be proven wrong. But this is one I'm willing to take the risk to be proven wrong on. Because it's a level 4. You can't change this level unless you have Shark in the hand. You can activate this card's effect after activating Shark's effect in hand to special summon them. Because it really has a really good effect, special summoning from the deck. But you need a card to activate it. And its level is... I think the main thing with Windup Magician is its level is the problem. Because I think with windups, you're going to have to mainly want to go into level 3s because there's a certain boss monster in here that you want to go in through that takes level 3, that takes rank 3s. And its level kind of cucks it unless you open up with this and Shark, technically. Which can become a problem even then, because even if you bring out Shark, Shark's still level 4. And if it changes Magician, well, you have a 4 and a 3. So... not too hyped on Windup Magician, just due to the format. And we don't have that many level 4s that could really combo as well. I mean, rank 4s that could really combo. So, I do have my doubts, but Windup Magician does have a very powerful effect for Windup. So, I'm interested to still see how people use this card, in all honesty. It is a spellcaster, too. So, there might be some strats to bring out spellcasters as well for some combos. I can't wait to see what happens. Fairy Tail Rella reprint from the selection box, guys. We finally got Fairy Tail Rella SR from the... dang, I totally forgot about this card too. I mean, this card does is just pretty much searches for equip spells. Can't be targeted while you have like nothing can be targeted by spell effects. You can pretty much equip a spell. Yeah. Like I said, this card's in the selection box. If you guys want to read it, it's in the selection box. But yeah, we finally got it out. Marauding Captain. What? Where were you? I thought you were in the game already. Marauding Captain. Freaking old. This is such an old card. Your opponent cannot... so it's a level 3. I mean, yeah, it's a level 3. Your opponent cannot target face-up warrior type monsters for attacks except this one. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So this card helped. So I guess it was the perfect time for these guys to release Marauding Captain because you can make an XYZ in 1 turn with this card. You know, even though we got cards like Psychic Wielder and Psychic Tracker that just special summons automatically. But maybe Marauding Captain just helps play extend. I don't know. But yeah, Marauding Captain, I'm guessing for the extended plays for the rank 3 XYZs. And even if you don't, you can special summon level 4s too. Alistair, you can special summon Alistair if you want. But yeah, forget I just said that. I mean, Marauding Captain is not a tuner, so it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, I think this card's gonna be mainly used for Xyz plays and things like that. But yeah, Marauding Captain, man, old card. Surprised it came out in the XYZ era. That's surprising. Charged up Heraldry. We got Leo and the bird in the background with the Heraldic Reborn. I see symbol. Tribute 1 monster, special summon 2 Heraldic beast monsters from your deck in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, except psychic or machine type monsters. You can only activate 1 charge type heraldry per turn. This card seems really busted when it comes to heraldry support. Because all you gotta do, like, let's say you get freaking floodgated. You know, you tribute that monster, special summon 2 more Heraldic beast monsters from your deck in defense position. Let's talk a little bit about this extra deck restriction. So, psychic monsters, they're probably talking about, psychic monsters, if you're going to XYZ, the only psychic XYZ monsters we have in the game during this box is only the Heraldry cards themselves. So there's literally no other Psychic XYZs in the game currently except for the Heraldry ones. So machine type monsters though, you can XYZ in the machine type monsters. I'm trying to think of what machine type monsters are even actually relevant. Actually with Heraldry, do we have any machine heraldic monsters? Because if you have any machine heraldics, like that would be like a spicy Gigant X play right here. But other than that, plant Zen Mains is rank 3. Unless you can put them both to 2, kind of doesn't matter much. Well, I don't know. Maybe y'all could tell me in the chat if there's anything I'm forgetting about XYZ's machine wise, but I don't really see much. But here's one thing: it's not restricted to XYZ summoning. You can use synchros, bring out 2 heraldic beasts, 2 level 4s. What, you drop a level 1 tuner, Vermilion. Just saying, Vermilion. What's some good, what's some good machine synchros? Give me some ideas in the chat, guys, if y'all think of anything with 2 heraldic level 4s. Maybe some level dupe, level log shenanigans for the ultimate combo. There's gonna be a lot of stuff used up charged up Heraldry. I think this is a really good card just in general, just for a whole bunch of types of different decks. Geargia Gear. Now this is a card I think is gonna be ran at 3. Get Geargias. SR Trap. Special summon 2 Geargiano monsters from your deck and increase their levels by 1. You can only activate 1 Geargia Gear per turn. So this is like the nav for Geargia Gears. You can special summon 2 Geargia Gears from your deck and increase the level by 1. So they go up to 4. And then you can go into your Gigant X easily. Or you can use this card to stall. And then next turn, well, we'll go into the Geargianos. So like the Geargianos, I think there's reprints of the Geargianos here. I think this is a good time to kind of divulge, because let's get into some of the rares right quick. So we have one to where Geargiano MK2, right? When this card is normal or flip summoned, you can special summon 1 Geargia monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Here's another one. When this card is special summoned by the effect of a Geargia card, so Geargia Gear can activate this card's effect. You can special summon 1 Geargia monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but its effects are negated, which is fine. So, Geargiano, no need to get into this card size. You just tribute it, special summon 1 machine, level 4 machine type monster from your graveyard, but its effects are negated. No one cares about Geargiano. These are the cards you care about. It's the MK series. The MK series is really good because it combos with each other. So you bring out one of each with this level 4. Let's say your opponent doesn't do much, you special summon that. You have Gear Gigant next turn. They get rid of the Gear Gigant. You can special summon one of these. Now, Gear Gigant won't be able to activate its effect to special summon, but it will bring back a Gear Ganio, though. This card next to, you can have, if they kill all your cards after you use your Gear, just summon this card. Special summon this card. Let's see, you have another level 3 in the grave. You have all 3. If you have all 3 level 3s, you can either go into a Zen Mains. You can go into a Zen Mains, or you can go into the Gear Gigant XG, which takes 3 level 3 monsters. Machine XYZ, 2500 attack. During either player's battle step, while an attack involving your machine type monster is occurring, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. These effects last until the end of the damage step. When this face-up card leaves the field, you can target another Geargia card in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. And then the recycle continues. Recycle, special summon, spam. Recycle, special summon, spam, repeat. That's how y'all want to think of Geargias. That's what it seems like. Spam, spam, spam. Zen Mains, you got Zen Mains, you got Gigant, you got maybe someone might try Zen Mighty in the deck, who knows. You know, there's other level 4s like Corn, Direwolf. You know, somehow they, you know, maybe you have space. Levier, Banish, Special Summon. Maybe use their level 3s against them like Magician's Rod. On to the next card though. Giving y'all some ideas. Giving y'all a little spoiler. A taste. XYZ Veal. Continuous Trap card SR. Face up XYZ monsters with XYZ material cannot be targeted by card effects. This isn't a bad card for this format. The reason why is because XYZs are already pretty weak as it is. Like, I would say pretty weak, but they have a hard time, especially against the top tier meta decks. You know, one as in like attack strength, and then another as in effect strength, to where their effects can really get past certain monsters and certain field positions to some of to some of the more prominent meta decks currently. So I don't see XYZ Veal as a bad card at all, man. You know, XYZ Block and XYZ Veal has like XYZ Block has its fair share of ones I've noticed. XYZ Veal might be that one card that might just wall a lot of people out, especially if you have it with a really good XYZ monster. I could definitely see this card with you know, maybe windups. You know, you have this card with windups, you activate this card, you know, now you have, you know, oh, I gotta tell you about the whole windup combo after this, and then I'm gonna factor in the XYZ Veal. Wow, if you had that in this first turn, that could be pretty problematic to your opponent. It's almost sack proof, I would say, unless your opponent opens up just perfectly. But yeah, almost a sack proof hand. Number 18, Heraldry Patriarch. Rank 4, 2 level 4 monsters. So it's a generic, another generic number monster. So once per chain, during either player's turn, if 2 or more monsters with the same name are on the field, you can detach one XYZ from this card. Choose one monster among those with the same name and destroy all other monsters with that name. While this card remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot summon monsters with the same name as any of the monsters chosen for this card's effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck to your graveyard. So this card just pretty much can't do anything. So it has a good first effect, but the only problem is with Matriarch is you need to have 2 monsters on the field of the same name that activate effects. I think this works on Dark Magician because you have Patriarch on the field, right? They activate Illusion with the Dark Magician already on the field. You activate Patriarch. So you choose either Illusion or that Dark Magician, and then you pop all of them except for that monster you've chosen. And then after that, after you destroy, they can't summon any more Dark Magicians. Blue Eyes doesn't really activate any effect, or there's no card that calls itself Blue Eyes. I think that activates its effect. Unless Alternative Dragon counts as Blue Eyes on the field. I don't think so, though. Karakuris normally have different types of monsters on the field. Yeah, so very situational, shall I say? But it has a good effect to where it's sent to the graveyard. You can send 2 Heraldic Beast spawns from your deck to your hand. Very situational, and that's the problem I've noticed with Heraldics, is that they do have some very situational effects. But who knows? We will see. Windup Arsenal Zenmoyao, rank 5, guys, rank 5, 2 level 5. So it's a generic 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to target 2 set cards on the field. Destroy them! Attack 2600, defense 1900. Ooh-wee! 2 set cards on the field. Destroy them! I can definitely see this card being played in either like Cyber Dragons, or you could definitely play this in the new Windup archetype. Decks that can easily spew out level 5s. Maybe even Thunder Drags with 2 Darks, you know. or Dark and Lupine with level log going to Windup Arsenal Zenmoil to hit that back row. Bait out some of that back row with level dupe. I know some people probably gonna get some ideas. I know I got my ideas. Zenmoil, not a bad card, man. I can definitely see people playing it. It could be a really good bait card. Even though it does take a little bit of resources to bring out. It's definitely a good bait card. Or if you could just pull it off, you know, because it's set cards. It could be monsters, back row, anything that's set. So yeah. Windup Carrier Zen Mighty. This card is hit in the TCG. It's banned in the TCG. It's legal at 3 in Duel Links, and it's a rare. So Duel Links is telling us that they've tried this card out and it's not as broken as it is in the TCG, which they might be right, because there's one card that we don't have in this box, and that is Windup Hunter. So yeah, let's read its effect. It's a generic it's a generic rank 3, 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Special summon 1 Windup monster from your hand or deck. When a face-up Windup monster on the field is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to target that monster. Return that target to the hand. So if so let's talk about, probably want to talk about more of some, what are you going to be special summoning with Zen Mighty? So you could special summon Shark, Rat, that's a level up reward. If there's a combo, you could do it with Windup Magician. You can special summon any Windup monster from your hand or deck. So it's anything. You can summon any Windup monster. This card used to be broken in Windup Hunter because they could special summon Windup Hunter, use its effect. I think they're like discard or tribute, I forgot. You make your opponent discard a card from their hand. They do it again, make another Zen Mighty, special summon another Hunter, discard like 2-3 cards from your opponent's hands before they're done with their combo. That's why they banned Zen Mighty, because your opponent just loses right on the first turn, and it was so degenerate and broken. But in this restricted format, and we don't have Hunter, Zen Mighty is perfectly safe, I think. Also, when a face-up Windup monster on the field is destroyed, sent to your graveyard, except during the damage step. So this card cannot be destroyed. They can't be destroyed by battle. Pretty much is what it's saying. They can't be destroyed by battle or literally during the damage step for Zen Mighty to activate its effect. And from this card to target that monster return. So that monster that just got destroyed, you can send it back to the hand instead. So it is good to recycle too while it's still on the field. We will go into the combos with this shortly. Heraldic Beast Aberconway. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish another Heraldic Beast Aberconway from your graveyard till you target 1 Heraldic Beast monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. You only use this effect Heraldic Beast Aberconway once per turn. So this card is good for recycling, to be able to go for certain Heraldic Beast monsters to get you out of a jam, to start our combos again. So it's a good recycler here. You just got to watch your graveyard, but there's cards just like the XYZ one that we were talking about earlier that sends cards to the graveyard to make sure you have enough resources to use this card. You probably don't want to run too much of this though. You probably want to run one at most. Games are just so fast nowadays. Probably just want to run one in all honesty. Basilisk. Level 4 beast. After damage calculation, destroy any opponent's monster that battles this card. So it has a battle destruction effect, a non-targeting destruction, which means if certain cards that cannot be targeted, such as Saber Dancer is a really good example I like to use, gets destroyed by Heraldic Beast Basilisk with Heraldics. Remember that. You can also attack into your opponent's monster to destroy them during the damage step or after damage calculation and run into them. I remember Basilisk was actually pretty good in the TCG, man, because some people were just like, you think you have a good monster, you think you're good and you have advantage. They just set a Basilisk, you inadvertently just attack into it, and then it destroys your monster, and then the Heraldic Beast gain advantage once again. And yeah, I wonder how this card will do in this format. Geargia Armor. Level 4. Machine. 1900 defense. 1100 attack. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When this card is flipped face up, you can add one Geargia monster from your deck to your hand. So it is a searcher for Geargias, but it is a pretty slow searcher because you have to wait at least one turn before you can even get its search effect. Or on your opponent's turn, if they attack into it, which you can do, set this card, let your opponent attack into it, you get the search. This card was very popular in the TCG for Geargia decks with the Geargia Gigan deck. I'm gonna place my bet and say you probably don't need Geargia Armor the way I have mine's made, just because I want mine to be a lot faster. We'll go over that after we're done reviewing cards. But yeah, very good searcher, especially for the cheaper versions of this deck too. Still good for this. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna make a Geargia Subterra deck since it can flip itself back down. It's coming. I know it's gonna happen. Wind up Snail. During your main phase, you can target one set card on the field, return that target to the hand. So a tiny bit of back row hate, but it's a level 2. Not my thing. Now Wind Up Rabbit. Beast Warrior effect monster. During either player's turn, you can target one Wind Up monster you control, banish it until your next standby phase. This effect can be used only once while this card's face up on the field. So Wind Up Rabbit can pretty much just dodge everything. Oh, I remember how annoying Wind Up Rabbit was in the TCG. Wind Up, like right when you tried to destroy their combo, they would just Wind Up Rabbit. It comes back during the but it comes back your next standby phase though. It's not theirs, but it's there for more combos though. Wind Up Rabbit, and it's during either player's turn, so you could dodge a lot of stuff. So if they Floodgate, Wind Up Rabbit, dodge. Canadia, Wind Up Rabbit, dodge. Needle Ceiling, Wind Up Rabbit, dodge. But it's pretty slow coming back though, so that's the main issue. The whole effect can only be once while this card is face up on the field. It gets reset when it comes back on the field. So pretty much it just dodges no matter what. It's a level 3, so you guys know what to play with it. Just like Shark going to 3. Just like Rat being 3. You guys know what to play with it. If you know about this community, if you've seen the plays we've done with this community, you know what goes with these cards next. Advanced Heraldry Art spell card. Say it in the chat too if you guys figured it out. Target 2 Heraldic Beast monsters in your graveyard. Special summon both those targets. Immediately after this card resolves, XYZ summon one XYZ monster. Using those 2 monsters only. So it's a quick summon from the extra deck using 2 monsters in your graveyard. Your opponent can't change to them while on the field because it's an immediate XYZ summon. Like I said, so this card is actually very powerful for Heraldic decks. You know, this card is a very powerful comeback card because it immediately goes into the XYZ summon. It doesn't limit you on anything as long as it's a generic 2 level 4 rank 4 monster. Bam! Advanced LGR was just created right there and then. Corn Utopia. What else? The Beast card. That pops, things like that, man. So very good card right here. Very powerful card right there for Heraldics. Augmented Heraldry. Look at that, the XYZ monster right there trying to shoot at the Heraldic Reborn. Psychic type XYZ monsters on the field cannot be targeted by spell or trap effects. What? Once per turn, you can discard one Heraldic Beast monster. Add one Heraldry spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You cannot normally special summon monsters during the turn you activate this effect except Psychic type XYZ monsters and Heraldic Beast monsters. Even if this card leaves the field. So its limitation happens even after this card leaves the field. So let's see what this card could search for. It could search for Advanced Heraldry Art. It could search for Heraldry Reborn, which we will go into later. And it can search for this card, which is actually really broken. In all honesty, a rare searching for this SR, this is actually understandably broken. And these cards cannot be targeted by card effects. We will go into the other cards later. Yeah, these cards like the and it's Psychic XYZ. So in the future, if we get better Psychic XYZ cards, they can't be targeted either. That can't be targeted, and this can't be targeted. Remember that. Did we miss Geargia change? I think we did. Target 2 or more Geargiano monsters with different names in your graveyard. Special summon them immediately after this card resolves. XYZ1 XYZ Mimir using all of the summoned monsters but no other monsters. As material, you only use 1 Geargia change per turn. And it's a quick play too, so this is a pretty good card right here too as well. So I was thinking this is probably good being good in combo Geargia gear, because if your opponent destroyed, like if you use Geargia gear to sit there and just stall, like just to stay alive, and then in phase Geargia change, bring back those Geargianos that were destroyed, and then go into like a Zen mains or something. Oh no, go into like a Zen mains or something. You can do that because you're going to be going into a rank level 3, you know. So that is something to be wary of. So not really too many targets, mainly other than Zen mains, but yeah, that's definitely something to look into. All right, so where were we? So Heraldry Reborn is another card you can search for. So pretty much it's just a monster reborn for a Heraldry monster or a Heraldic beast monster. Target 1 Heraldic beast monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Reborn is kind of okay, but I think I would rather run more of this than Reborn. I think Reborn is more of a free-to-play option, or next another card if you don't have all the support. Windup Factory, continuous spell card. This card used to be broken in TCG as well because of all the searching. Once per turn, if ineffective, a Windup monster is activated, you can add 1 level 4 or lower Windup monster from your deck to your hand. See, like when you have a 5 monster card zone, Windup Factory becomes insatiably more broken because you could add Shark, special summon Shark. Shark could I think could even activate Alpha Factory if I remember right. But Factory and Magician work hand to hand, definitely. They combo way too well. Windup Rabbit. I mean, the Windup Rabbit that banishes itself works good with Factory, you know. And then you can special summon Shark after that. Search for another card. It can get pretty crazy, guys. Especially in the TCG, it got insane, dude. Like Windups were so broken. They were tier 1 for the longest. Like if I could compare a meta to how Windups was in the TCG, all that searching and special summoning, man. Maybe Heroes. I know there's more. Like, you lose like 10 cards in 1 turn. Maybe like Heroes or Karakuri. You know, maybe like Heroes or Karakuri. Because I know Karakuri did a lot of searching and special summoning as well. You know, all that searching in 1 turn is just sickening. And that's what Windups was. And Windup Factory was like one of the precursors to just disaster with Windups. But yeah, you could use more than 1 Windup Factory and they'll both activate. They are both soft once per turns, but it's not. You don't have to use the Windup Fact. It's not a hard once per turn. So if you have like 3 Windup Factories, you get to search 3 times. Just a little side note. We went over this. Heraldic Crest. So this one takes 3 level 4 monsters. If this card is special summon, negate the effects of all other face-up XYZ monsters currently on the field. You can target 1 other face-up XYZ monster on the field until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. You only use this effect if Heraldry Crest once per turn. Seems like it's a XYZ specific counter card. That's why it's a normal. Heraldic King Genome Heritage. This one takes 2 level 4 Heraldic Beast monsters, 2400 attack. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up XYZ monster your opponent controls. This card's name and original attack become that monster's name and current attack, and replaces this effect with that monster's original effects. Then that monster's attack becomes 0. Also, its effects are negated. These changes last until the end phase. So, like, these are the boss monsters Heraldic, guys, but it seems like their effects mainly pertain to XYZ monsters. So, this deck won't be crazy unless we have XYZ meta. Konami, what are you doing? When this card is summoned, you can make off face up level 5, or you currently control become level 4, but that doesn't matter because all your Heraldic beasts are already level 4. Heraldic Beast EO. This was a good one. It's a beast, level 4. If you control 2 or more Heraldic Beast monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. So you could go. So this card can help get you into your Heraldry Crest. Is what it's pretty much telling you. Or you could go into a Satella Knight. Forgot his name, the other one that takes 3 level 4s. But you can go into that as well. Heraldic Beast Twin-Headed Eagle. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target one face-up XYZ monster you control with no XYZ materials and 2 Heraldic Beast monsters in your graveyard. Attach those monsters from your graveyard to that face-up XYZ monster's XYZ materials. You only use this effect, the Heraldic Beast, once per turn. So if you have an XYZ monster that you need to gain more effects like Utopia to keep stalling, or Zenmaines to keep stalling, you could use Heraldic Beast Twin-Headed Eagle. Banish. I think you just banished this card, right? Yeah, you just banished this card from the graveyard and bam, there you go. But you have to attach 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your graveyard, okay. But I mean, you can't really make Zenmaines in this deck though, unless because they're all level 4s, so it would be kind of tough, man. But if this guy was able to bring out Zenmaines, I think this deck would be a lot tougher than I originally thought. But it's just not, man. Dire Wolf probably gonna be one of the main cards. Might be the go-to boss monster. I don't know. It just seems way too. It seems like I said, the deck's just designed to bring out these heraldry boss monsters, to give them to attach to them stuff. So if they need to have materials attached so bad, we will get to another card which I was talking about earlier that's really good with attached XYZ monsters, especially if they're always going to stay attached. Heraldric Beast Unicorn. I remember how broken this card got, especially when Heraldics were good in TCG. This card was actually considered broken. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target one psychic XYZ monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Its effects are negated. So Unicorn was normally used just to bring out other cards just as beat sticks like Patriarch or Heraldry Crest or Genome Heritage, mainly just as beat sticks to get over certain situations. But another thing also was people would normally go for Patriarch because if it was sent right back to the graveyard, you could send 2 Heraldry Beast monsters. And when we were talking about 40 card decks, that mill was like gold in this deck too. Like Patriarch, you always want to get out Patriarch as soon as possible because that mill was gold. In a 20 card deck though, it might not always be the case like that. You might have enough monsters milled as it is. So I don't think his effect's going to be that useful for this format, but we will see. We have another one that's considered pretty good. This card was a lot. I'm surprised this card's a normal. This card's not bad. It's a dragon, Heraldic Beast, Amphis Bana. It's a dragon. You could discard one other Heraldic Beast monster. Discard this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can discard one Heraldic Beast monster. This card gains an 800 attack at the end of this turn. So not only it gains 2500 attack by discarding Heraldic Beast monster, but you can discard a Heraldic Beast monster, special summon this. So you can discard Beast, get the Beast search, special summon him, summon another Heraldic Beast monster, special summon the Eel. Like, you have 2 special summoning Heraldic Beast cards as backup plays, man. And this is what just Heraldic Beast will just keep on coming at you, too. Heraldic Beast will keep coming at you with special summons and special summons. We just need better monsters that they could jump into rather than... I think, like, Heraldic Beast would be a lot better if we were in an XYZ meta, but we'll go into that later on. I mean, there's not really many other good things here. We could probably go over these last 2 cards here. I mean, Zen Maelstrom was what? Should be 1 wind-up monster, 1500 more attack. Special summon wind-up monster from your hand. And you can special summon wind-up monster from your deck with the same attack as a monster special summoned by this effect. Zen Maelstrom doesn't seem too bad. But meh. Heraldry Record, counter trap card. When an effective and opponent's monster XYZ monster is activated by attaching its own XYZ material, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Heraldry is just a counter XYZ deck. Konami. Heraldry change. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, special summon one Heraldry monster from your hand and end the battle phase. not bad for like a budget build for Heralds. So my overall thoughts. Let's talk about a couple combos first. So this was the combo I was talking about earlier for those of y'all who was listening to me talk about combos earlier. This was the combo I was testing out and that I've noticed. So the combo here is, let's say you go first. You can play your windups and other level 3s that special summon. That is, one's a tuner and one's a non-tuner that's used for synchro decks and starts with the word psychic. You could use those cards as well to help with the combo. But either way, get level 3 including at least one wind-up card. So here's an example. Let's say you have wind-up rat summon, wind-up shark, you XYZ summon because XYZ sharks reduces its level by 1, goes to 3, goes into Zen Mighty, use Zen Mighty's effect, get rid of a wind-up card, detach a wind-up card to the graveyard, special summon a wind-up rat that you get from the level up rewards in attack position. You use its effect, it goes to defense position, special summons that other wind up from the graveyard. Now it can be a shark because you could use its effect again, decrease it, or you could bring out another rat. They're not name specific here. So you could bring out another rat with rat, go into either another Zen Mighty, but one of my favorites, another Zen Mains. So you have a Zen Mighty and a Zen Mains in defense position, turn 1. 2 XYZs, turn 1. How beautiful is that? 2-card combo. 2-card combo equals 2 XYZ monsters. Easy. Easy. That's what I like to see, man. I like cheap combos like that. Just cheap to do. Let's go. Let's go, because that opens up possibilities for combos in the future and things that you could do with what we have now. Also, they were referring to the EL tribute. So you could tribute the Leo with Heraldry. Special summon 2. Special summon the EL after you special summon the 2. Either bring out an XYZ monster or a psychic XYZ monster. I've always thought that if it wasn't for that Heraldry's summoning condition, you could probably bring out things like Plasma and the Arcana Force cards. I've always been thinking like, dude, Heraldrics would be awesome with those types of cards, man, because of all the special summoning you could do in one turn. But yeah, so a couple of hints that I give to y'all before we end things off is Diamond Direwolf is going to be very good with Heraldics because most of the cards are beasts or beast warriors, winged beasts, beast warriors. We have beast warriors. I think Windup Rabbit's a beast warrior here. Yep. Arlen Way is a dragon. So we got 2 dragons in there, so watch out what you use. But most of the time it's either beast warriors or winged beasts, which synergize very well with Diamond Dire Core. So my last thing on Heraldry is I think it deserves testing just to see if this deck's even cog worthy, to be all honest. The monsters just doesn't seem to be having useful effects until we get into an XYZ meta, as well